All right, everyone, it is about that time. I promised you guys that he'd be here on the desk, and look at this. He's finally here out of Red Mass that was held earlier in Smith County.
That is correct. That just ended, I want to say an hour and a half ago. So what happened was there was a service that was held at the Cathedral of the Immaculate Conception, just blocks away from where we are in downtown Tyler. And this was the Red Mass. What this is it's held mostly every year. It's been a tradition, I was told, by Bishop Gregory Kelly since the 13th century, actually. And this is to provide guidance to those in the legal profession. And we're talking now as the Supreme Court starts its upcoming term, where there are many cases that are set to be discussed over the coming months. And Bishop Kelly and others in the Catholic faith, want to provide some guidance to those, whether it be justices or attorneys, those who work in the legal profession. That was the goal of this service.
Yeah, it seems like there was a lot of people that did kind of show for this event, and you were there for quite some time. How long did it last?
It's a good question. It lasted roughly an hour, and I will add, of course, it's a Monday, not traditional, Sunday service. I want to say there were several dozen people there. So yeah, quite a few.
Yeah, no, and they had beautiful music too. Like it kind of in the first half, let them kind of listen in on it as well. Beautiful music. Looks like it was a good turnout. I mean, lasted roughly an hour.
Roughly an hour, yep.
So, I mean, pretty cool. Do you think a lot of lawmakers or officials showed up to this?
It's a good question. So I didn't spot any lawmakers from this area. The reason I smile is I like to think I know what they look like at this point, covering the legislature
You would
so
think
much.
so.
I didn't spot any, but I did. I was able to catch up with one of the justices from this area, Brian Hoyle, who you'll hear from later tonight. You'll also see his comments on our web story coming up later. I was able to catch up with him. There were a few attorneys from the area, but no lawmakers that I saw in particular. But I will add, what exactly was different about this other than what people were wearing. You heard from Bishop Gregory Kelly, the Diocese of Tyler. He was talking about some of his hopes for those in the judicial profession coming up. You also heard from a few more people, sort of the whole topic of what they were talking about really was legal based. Like it surrounded the whole service. It wasn't just, what they were wearing, it was also what they were talking about as well.
Definitely. I can't wait to hear the entirety of the story later tonight, coming up at 10 o'clock from our very own Michael Richardson. Michael, I know you have to get back to work, so I'm going to let you go, but I can't wait to see what it looks like later.
Hey, I appreciate you, Kylie. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you. All right, everyone. So with that being said, that was the latest here from Smith County with our very own Michael Richardson. We'll have more on that tonight at 10 o'clock.